Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. Just a quick look on the daily chart, because some of you have asked me about all-time high targets. My all-time high targets just generally haven't really changed for ADA. So they are still sort of around $4.30 to $6.80 as a first guide. Okay, can always go a little higher, but this would be a realistic assumption. I think, yeah, certainly not unrealistic, and certainly we would have to see how the subdivisions along the way are developing. But yeah, we've been highlighting these targets for, well, I guess for more than a year actually. They have only shifted, slightly. So that's just sort of to give you a bit of a guide. Again, can always push higher, but we might see that wave 2 pullback, which could be an bear market actually. Before then rallying in the third wave. We'll see how this all comes together, right? Overall situation still, obviously, price reacted to our long-term, weekly or daily support area here that was throughout summer. I did share that long-term chart a while ago, and we are now likely moving in a diagonal. And after 5 waves up, we will see a decision if we are actually bullish already or if this still sends us to new bear market lows. But currently in both bullish and bearish scenarios, and that's been quite consistent over recent weeks, we've been tracking this diagonal in both scenarios. Yeah? So bullish and bearish. First of all, we'd like to see the 5 waves complete. Looking at the shorter time frame, this is basically this diagonal that you see. So still generally bullish, because we'd like to see, again, 5 waves complete. We have a wave 1 complete, we have a wave 2 complete, wave 3 possibly complete. Yeah, we could still be in an extension of the third wave, but to be honest, if we push much higher from here, I have to assume that we're already in the 5th. We'll see how that subdivides, but it doesn't change the analysis at all. It doesn't change the structure of an unfolding 5-wave pattern. Whether wave 4 is already done or not, but it would be extremely shallow for wave 4, not unrealistic necessarily, but not the most probable pathway. Either way, our support area did hold, but I would still prefer, just to get a clear way forward, to see the price a little lower, but we might not get that if it continues to push, but we'll talk about that in this video. But either way, for anybody who's been waiting for 5 waves to complete, just note that we are likely not done with those 5 waves yet. And if we talk about targets, let's do that as well for the 5th wave. So let's just, oh yeah, there you go. We have, yeah, okay. We can actually use here, we can use the yellow target range for wave 5. So what I will do, I will extend this a little bit to the right. Let me just do that. Oh, let's just draw them again. So what we do is, obviously we take the length of that wave 1 down there. We go to the low of the wave 2, which was here in September. And then we get relevant Fibonacci extension targets. The targets for the third wave, let's say the minimum targets, were reached already anyway, and now it's all about, okay, what are the next relevant targets that could be reached to the upside if we continue to push higher. And this will be relevant for a wave 5 situation. Yeah, and let's just add them to the chart. We want to make sure that we've got them captured. 2.618. Okay, so let's just double check if I did capture them all correctly. Wave 1 and the wave 2 low. Okay, and then maybe I should shift it a little bit to the left. And then these are sort of the areas, because we measure the length of the wave 1, go to the low of the wave 2. That at least gives us, for the entire diagonal, certain levels to watch. The wave 3 reached our target area. I think the target area for the wave 3 was based on the subdivisions of the wave 3, but we haven't got really very clear subdivisions for the wave 5 yet, if it has started already. But just want to give you an orientation where we might land. So for the wave 5, it makes sense to watch the area between the 200% extension and the 2.382, so between 70 and possibly 87 cents. What you need to understand, if 5 waves complete, the pullback might be quite strong because this is a diagonal. But to really get healthy 5 waves, I would like to still see here a relatively clear 4th wave, and we haven't seen it at this stage. So I'll keep you updated about the development on the smaller time frame. But going to the 1 hour chart, the idea is that, and I take the micro count out of this 3rd wave because it just blocks our view. The idea here on the ADA chart, so it made a new high, but this could simply be at the moment a WXY structure. Yeah. The thing is though, if it pushes higher and higher, then we might be dealing with a situation that we're already in the 5th wave. Yeah. The first deeper pullback will tell us the truth. So if we see another deeper pullback, but it's holding above the X wave low, then this is likely already extending in the 5th wave. So at the moment, no real change to structure. We're still in this diagonal. The only question is, do we still get this deeper wave 4, or is wave 4 already finished? Which is not what I would assume. But if we go any higher, I mean, this is of course possible. The point is, how do we count it? How do we see it in this larger structure? And to be honest, I would probably be inclined to see it as part of a 3rd wave extension still. Yeah, because I prefer to see a healthy wave 4. So I'll keep you updated. At the moment, this looks to me as if this is just a high B wave. Would also be in line with Bitcoin, which is also forming likely a B wave. But be aware that obviously in these markets, people sometimes ask me, is it possible this or that? I mean, anything is possible, but I prefer to align my views with probabilities and the most probable structures. Okay, anything is possible. So that's typically the answer to such a question, but what's probable? And I already typically cover the most probable pathways. Now, good news is the market came down, hit our support, trend reversal area, rallied into resistance, reacted to that, but then never broke the signal level that wave C to the downside has started to unfold. That was here at 52.4 cents roughly. And instead chose to extend the B wave. And B waves can always do that. So I've got 3 waves down, I've got 3 waves up. More work would be needed to convince me that we are in an extension of the 3rd wave, or that the 5th wave is already unfolding. Until then, keep the door open for lower, but be aware, what did I say in the last video? We need to see a break below the X wave low. That's at 54.2 cents to confirm that this C wave is now unfolding. Yeah? That would add some confidence. Until then, yeah, I mean, the trend is up locally here, okay? So I haven't got enough confirmation or information to really call for a B wave top, but it would be good if it shows here at some point. Otherwise, yeah, it would just mean 3rd wave might still be extending, which is possible because it never broke our support. And then we take it from there. Okay, so generally still overall short-term bullish on ADA, yeah, because we would still like to see that 5th wave reach 70.5 to 86 cents. There isn't really a fib level in between. Not really, nothing that really is relevant. So be aware of that. And we could then use normally the subdivisions, but I haven't got clear subdivisions at the moment for that. So we'll have to be a little bit patient until maybe the next deeper pullback occurs, or maybe we will get that C wave down if Bitcoin does its C wave down, okay? And we just saw a high B wave here, but it shows the buyers are still there, which is good to see. But I would really not favor to count this as wave 4 already. It's just too shallow, especially if you look at how strong and, significant the wave 2 was. But of course, anything's possible. It's also possible to count the beginning of the wave 1 somewhere else, as I showed you in a previous video, but it's also not for me the most probable path. So again, we have to be a bit flexible with these altcoins, but I can tell you I haven't got clear 5 waves up yet, but we are still holding support, and so another high is still expected in wave 5. And just need to understand that we've now reached the top of the channel here, so the risk naturally increases a bit, yeah, after we basically rallied from our support area down here. Yeah, that's my update about ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.